Oh, all right. What is up?
Passes were live and
That's
recording.
right. What is up? We are live. It's the Three Live Podcast. We are hanging and banging tonight with some Star Wars action. And over here to my this way, over here to my this way is the Three Live franchise player, Mr. M3. What's up, M3?
What up?
We got uh we got Gushin way over there. What's up, Gushin? Hey, we got Moto Viper
What's up,
and
guys?
Bull. What's up, Bull? We also got Casual Toy Collector in the freaking chat, and Pop the Trunk
What's
Diamonds,
happening?
Mark Cosplay. What's happening tonight, guys? We are going to kick this shit off good. So y'all been watching Mandalorian, right? Obviously. So we haven't really talked about season three. Do y'all think so far? We'll talk about. Do you think that it's living up to the rest of the seasons? I'll start with them three, and then we'll just go around clockwise.
Alluding to the rest of the seasons.
Yeah. Do you think it's just as good so
Oh,
far?
yeah, absolutely. And I think we were talking backstage, and somebody said that it's getting better and better. It's definitely getting better and better. I can't remember the series the first season too much, but I remember number 5 was really one of my favorites of that season, and I can't even remember what it was. I just remember that number. And as I'm progressing through, three's killing it. I love it, 100%.
Yeah, we'll dig into it. So just pass the mic when you're done.
I'm done. Yeah.
Clockwise will be to you, old man Gushin.
Oh, me. Oh, my
That's
God. I,
clockwise.
well, anyways, uh, I really like it. I think that it's getting better and better. And I think that each season kind of presents a different like aspect of it. And like if you look at the last season, you see Grogu uh, growing into his powers. And this season, he's become like exponentially more powerful. Um, and on top of it, the way they present it and what I really like about it is the fact that it's like it's an adventure. You know what I'm saying? And it's these two guys. Well, it's Mandalorian and Grogu. Like they're experiencing this like different way of life together. I mean, Mando's uh, trying to live in like uh, the old ways. Not take his helmet off and doing all this other stuff, but he's experiencing all this stuff with somebody that was supposed to be like a mark for him and then turned into someone that he adores. And he doesn't have many people like that. And, you keeps getting these little subtle changes. Like he doesn't have his older Old Republic transport. He's got like um, he's got this new streamlined badass fighter. Uh, I love it. I like all
Yeah.
the distinct changes, and I think it keeps getting better.
Yeah, we're getting into a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Before Bull goes, Mark Cosplay says, I just shared on IG. You guys are live. M3 Pack Bullwinkle, Moto Viper Gushing, Kaz Diamonds. What's up, guys? And appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Bull.
What's up, Mark? Um, my internet's a little janky, so I might cut that camera off if I'm bouncing around for a second. But yeah, man, the season's great. We're only a couple episodes into it, but for me, it's like picking up right where it left off, man. You know, um, like Gushing was talking about. It's really cool how these two are going on quests together. It's like no, 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 I can't stop. I'm not going to squirrel. I have to do my quest. I have to take care of this. Then I'll go do that. So it's kind of cool doing those adventures together. So yeah,
Well said. I think that's perfect. They're awesome.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more with it, with all you guys. From the opening scene of episode 1 with that creature coming out and attacking the Mandos to the very end where we just see that there's a living mythosaur and the growth and development of the characters, the action adventure, and for me personally, a space western. It's been a few years to have that good space western vibe. And the way it ties into Boba Fett also, I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, I couldn't agree more with you guys.
Space Western, you nailed it.
Space Western, yeah, I was just gonna say that's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is definitely it. Yep.
Yeah. You're muted, bro.
Back.
Yep. I think a lot of people are calling it spaghetti western.
Yeah.
But it just definitely it definitely has all the vibes of Star Wars. But so we're gonna kind of go back a little bit. Episode. I have some points I want to touch on here, and you guys definitely point on what you want to do. Somebody's fired. They didn't turn their phone off. Marcos. So let's see. Space Wells. Okay, so I want to touch on something. Me and Marcos were talking.
Oh, that's my bad. I was calling.
What? Hi, here, Bull. Let's see. Me and Marcos were talking earlier about. Do you remember when they were doing hyperdrive in the first episode, and Grogu was looking out and he saw like things that were whales?
Mm-hmm.
Those things are actually space whales, and they're called purrgil.
Yeah.
And I guess we've seen them before in the Star Wars universe. One of them was Rebels. There's a lot of Rebels takes that's been happening on these TV shows. A lot of stuff regarding. I think Rebels. I think Bo-Katan and her sister, or not Bo-Katan, but Ahsoka. They had some action Rebels too. But living deep in space, they developed the natural ability to time travel, and I didn't know that till I watched that episode, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So yeah, that's what those are. Those are the they're called purrgil. Did you guys already know that?
No, that's a cool extra.
Yeah. So everybody's talked about episode 1. Let me get caught up in chat. It's a good season so far. Yeah, I think so too. I thought in the second episode that Grogu talked more than they have him talking more instead of cooing. And I don't mean more, I mean there's more times that he's cooing or that he's making noises and he's cooing. So I don't know if that's his native language or what the
Agreed.
fuck.
What's the girl's name that fucking fixes the droid ships and shit? She's always fucking sketchy. She's that curly haired girl. What's her name?
Hold on a second.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The starport.
The mechanic.
Yeah. Because that's the first word she's like. He fucking jumps out of the fucking ship, like does a backflip, lands in her arms, and she's like, "Oh, look at you!" And then he's like, "He says her fucking name or some shit." And she's like, "What the fuck? You said my name."
Yeah, I got it down here somewhere because I always forget it.
I'm gonna call her Rhea Perlman tonight.
That's what I say.
She also tells him to. She also tells him to go into the cave, and he's like, "Okay."
Her name is Polimato. I don't know. I know her name is Poli Mato. I'm not sure how they freaking. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but yeah, that's her name. But I think she's a pretty good. I think she fits in pretty good.
I love her character. She's a real good play on like the laughter and everything else in a time when you got some nasty characters running around. I like her a lot. You know what else I really like a lot about this before we get in really deep? The CGI. Doesn't it feel like they got weight, like it's real? Like they did a really amazing job. It doesn't feel like a Clash of the Titans. Look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like CGI, it looks unbelievable. They did, like you can feel the characters. It's amazing. I love it.
Did anybody else notice when Bo-Katan was flying her ship back after Mandu got captured by that modified crab droid, that Grogu went back and got Bo-Katan when she flies back into that planet, and I think it's Calam. No, that's where she's from. Calamara is where Bo-Katan is at right now. But when they fly back in to Mandalore, you can see the wings like, flapping like that from coming into the atmosphere. I thought, yeah. So right with Gushing says the fucking visuals are on point. Go ahead, Marcos.
Yeah, no, the visuals. I watched the Disney fucking makeup of. I watched some of the Disney makeup of it, and they have this huge 360 fucking degree screen that's just constant in front. So they did away with the green screen, and every editor has a fucking VR and the fucking tools. And when they pan back at the editors, they're like doing this and fucking doing this and shit. Like they're editing, because they got that shit on. So they were talking about how much I forget the name of the type of work that it's called for that type of
The
viewing.
technology, huh?
The technology, yeah, but it got me my interest pretty good. I was like, well, damn, that's why it's fucking still fucking cool, man.
I mean, that's the
That's
shit.
good.
Like, it's
That is
really, it's got weight to it, right?
Mhm.
Like if you look at all the other CGI and everything else, you got some good CGI, but it still looks like a really finely tuned cartoon, right? This looks like real. Like Pac said, this shit's on point.
Yeah, even with the creature that was attacking the Mandalore on episode 2, I mean, it's fake, but it looks fucking pretty damn good for being fake. It's
Yep.
real good. They had a fucking I don't know. I don't even. I gotta watch more of that fucking that show I was talking about to get really like how they actually can do that. Fuck cool. Those hyperspace creatures you were talking about, Pat. I watched the season 3 episode 1 before we came on right now, and I should have watched 2 as well, but I just didn't. But those hyperspace creatures are really interesting to me, and Prophet Director and Curtis were telling me, and even Mark Cosplay were telling me that they have a lore to them, right? And I'd like to see where they come from to be fucking flying that fast in hyperspace, out of hyperspace, while anybody who's in hyperspace slows down to their reality, but they're not in hyperspace. The whales, they're just fucking. That's their life. They're
That's
living that fast.
They're called Purgil, Marcos, and I did research. They're actually been in other parts of Star Wars, the Star Wars Rebels cartoon. They were in there. They actually learned living in deep space. They developed the natural ability to travel at hyperdrive. That's their story. So, Rebels, they had like a pretty good spotlight on them for a while too. So
Every bit of information I'm getting, it has been from.
This is first experience for me.
It has been from Curtis, Mark Cosplay, Luke Nowwave, and Prophet Director. Dude, they're very good about telling me what's going on and shit. You guys are Star Wars.
The Prophet
Wars
Director,
fucking
that
awesome.
dude is a wealth of knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
let's see. Somebody's shuffling. Who's shuffling?
Gushing,
Not
Gushing.
me.
not me.
So, do you, in your opinion, did you happen to know that since the empire has been defeated, have you noticed the economy is kind of booming? Did you notice some of the parts like on episode 1 there was like a white looking C3PO? Did you know that a white droid is we call it more upper end, worth more? It's more of a lavish type because some people have droids to do what they need to do, right? But yeah, a white droid means that's usually the more upper end type people have those.
Okay.
A white droid, not a gold or
Well,
silver
that's
or anything else.
the white ones, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah, maybe gold on other planets isn't valuable, so they're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll take
Like-
a Beskar C-3PO.
Hey, there's a good question. What is the most precious mineral in all of the Star Wars universe?
It's Beskar for Mandalore.
Beskar, I was gonna say.
There it is.
You think so, huh?
No. What does Chad have to say?
Yeah, it's definitely Beskar. Holy smoly.
I mean, it's explosive.
Yeah,
We've
definitely.
seen
Beskar.
that.
Curtis says it's a stage with a half circle like screen that maneuvers and gets the different real looking backgrounds. That might be from a little bit ago. Let's see. He says yes, there was a white 3PO unit in Empire Strikes Back. So also, if you remember, our R5 was actually in A New Hope. Do you guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So when
Who's in A New Hope?
Owen and Luke, Owen goes to buy a new droid. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's R5. You know what else is trick? So R5 like
Yeah.
blows a solenoid or something, right? And that's why
Yeah.
they end up getting R2D2.
Right.
And if you look in that scene, you can see oil grease running down the top of the droid.
Uh-huh.
If you look in Mandalorian, that grease is still there, running down it streaked where it was running down the back. I'm like, that's good detail.
Well, ain't that just some shit though? I mean, like they have been. Well, what were they saying? There's like a number of different directors that are there for a number of different aspects of Star Wars history, um, like fandom, and also like uh, all the like explorations and shit, right? So they're doing it from like 6 different point of views, and the reason why it's so successful is because they are taking all the different views and aspects and combining them into one outlet, which is the Mandalorian itself. So I think that this is just one of the things. I mean, let's look at Disney. Disney has done some stuff to Star Wars, and a lot of people could agree that they did some stuff that people wish they hadn't. But they have really done a good job on this. You know what I'm saying? I think Mandalorian, they've done a spectacular job, like with it in a whole.
Where the budget was so low, a lot lower for Obi-Wan. It hasn't been for I don't think it's been for Boba or Mando.
And
We think
some
both.
people are saying the Boba Fett series sucks, and I think that those people they're wrong because you got to build it up because there is so much depth to that character.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you start? You got to start somewhere, right? And it's not going to be immediately and fast. This is the first
People
time-
have been begging for Bubba Fett lore forever.
yeah, and he
Well,
was just an add-on, right?
there's a reason why a lot of the traditionalists, I'm gonna get caught up in chat in a second, do not enjoy Boba Fett. Boba Fett's a bad guy. They turned him into this freaking good guy. Boba Fett's always been a bounty hunter, always been, you know what I mean? And now they've kind of turned him something that he's not really. A lot of them don't like that. The ones I've talked to.
Well,
So
from what I've read, people have been touching base on that, and they're saying he's not a good guy. He has always been a man out for himself, and that if it lies in his interest and it's honorable, then he will go for it. Otherwise, he could care less about certain things. It's just he follows a certain code. So
yeah. A stray blue one says, "What? Disney has made the best Star Wars." And Mark Cosplay says, "I love the Boba Fett series.
I loved it too.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
did too.
Definitely.
I really
I
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the parts with Mando. To be honest with you, when they did when they had the like Back to the Future, that it reminded me of the Back to the Future too with those kids, those um, I don't know what they call them, the kids with the mechanical, they're half mechanical, and they had them bright colored like speeders and shit. I'm like, come on, man, that reminded
Yeah.
me 100% of Back to the Future
Yep.
too. But get getting to see him where he was,
Or the neutrinos from TMT.
yeah. I thought it was dope when we got to see him right the last time we seen him from Empire. Was it Empire? When he was eating? Oh fuck, dude.
Return.
Return. Okay. Yeah, when it was returned. Man, sometimes I'm telling you, when this fucking camera goes on, dude, it all goes out the fucking window. But to see him inside it, and have to freaking get out of it, I'm like, that's fucked up, dude. Like to think about you being inside that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Acid just eating at you, man. So I thought that was dope how they came about with that.
I saw some YouTube canon that it took his ass 2 months to crawl out of that.
That's a good question. Who knows for sure? Not just hearsay. Got to have literature with it. How long that was? I don't think you could last in there 2 months.
Well, 5
Well-
years, bro. 5 years.
And he came out all pretty jacked too.
Well, they were saying that the digestion is so slow that it is pure agony, but you can live in the pit for what, 1,000 years? Obviously, that's him. That's him being super dramatic, but
Just how long the stomach takes to digest in that creature.
yeah, right.
Well, you also can't go very long without water. So I don't understand that. That don't make sense to me.
From the blood of the troopers, bro.
Uh,
Mark Cosplay, you gotta know that answer, Mark Cosplay. How many years did Boba Fett stay down in the fucking pit?
Jeezy Creasy kind of says something along with when we're talking about Boba Fett. They took away Boba Mystery. It had some good episodes,
Yeah,
but
they
corny in some parts. So we're going to, but I did want to say this, and we'll start with Moto first. Do you think Women's Day had anything to do with episode 2?
Yeah.
No. Get out of here, bro.
No,
No, I don't. I
You don't?
don't. Bro, I didn't even know it was International Women's Day until I was watching the news for
I was
work
just gonna
that
say
morning.
I don't think so. I didn't know it was Women's Day. So
Hey,
I don't think anybody knew except for
if you
I'm a
didn't
terrible
know,
man.
Marcos, hold
if
on,
you- all right.
hold on. I'm gonna let Marcos run last, bro. He's gonna run wild on you, motherfuckers.
yeah, it is.
Oh man. Just pass the mic when you're done, Moto.
Oh, I can pass the mic. Go ahead, Gushing.
Bull.
I'll be honest. No, I do not think it had any effect. I think that you've got a lot of aspects now where people are using whatever to influence their decision and what they want to say. But at this point in time, I don't think that was a factor in it. I don't think so. Because, to be honest, I didn't even know it was Women's Day until my wife told me at the end of the day that it was Women's Day. So I'm a terrible husband, but I mean, there we go.
Just a second, we'll cut in for a break. Stray Blue One says, I only like the episodes of Boba Fett when Luke, Grogu, and Mando were in it. That's what I call Mandalorian season 2.5, Stray.
Yeah, that's that tie-in right there, baby.
Go ahead, Bull. Your mic's muted, Bull.
Yes.
All right, we can't hear you, Bull. Go ahead, M3. We're going to let M3 go.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Bull. I'm sorry, Bull.
Yeah.
Hey, Bull, check it out. So at work, the first time I've ever fucking heard in the 46 years that I've been alive, a motherfucking Woman's Day. Come the fuck on, dude. When do we get a motherfucking Man's Day is what I want to know. And apparently what Pack was saying, he's like, A lot of people
Shit,
think
every day.
It's a fucking man's day. I'm like,
Yeah, they're gonna say every day is man's day, buddy.
yeah, I don't need a fucking day to fucking recognize nothing. But okay, so now I know it's fucking Women's Day. But after you watch season 3, episode 2, and you didn't know it was Women's Day, now you know it's Women's Day. Motherfucking, they fucking Bo-Katan saves him twice, and both times she's like, I saved you again. I'm like, motherfucker. And then the way, dude, just
Well, no, she was like that though.
no, absolutely. And but it was like how she was empowered and she's a
Yeah.
princess and she came
Yeah.
down and she knew the way of the Mandalore, blah blah blah. And it is a huge joke. I don't really mean that I really think that, but I mean, come on. It was kind of weird that Disney's all fucking about women's lib and fucking this and that. I hope they do a fucking tranny day because I want to see that episode.
Didn't they just do that at the White House the other day, you said?
They did. They did. For Women's Day, they brought up 5 women, dude, and they were giving awards to this fucking country and this country, and the one from Brazil was a fucking fat ass man in a dress.
Oh man.
They had her as a woman, dude, and for whatever reason they decided to air that. Just goes to show a lot of things, and we all know, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it sure is funny. It's just funny. It's what it is. It's funny. It's a.
How was her acceptance speech?
He was like, well, thank you for this fucking award. I really appreciate it.
They didn't sound like that.
The show just got started at the 26-minute mark. Bull's having some technical difficulties tonight, so
Oh, Bull.
hopefully he can get it
Come on,
fixed,
Bull.
man.
Pull together, bro.
So we'll see if he pops back in. But my opinion on, you can smoke it, Marcos. Don't do that shit. You smoke it. That's
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Damn, Marcos, I wish you could puff that in my direction. I want some right now. I'm all out.
Dude, what do I drive there to you? I could drive there.
anyway.
Fly out
Anyway.
here.
We were
Anyway.
I'll
talking.
give you a beautiful bed. You just give me some weed, man. That's it.
We were talking about that, and I was like, Marcos brought it up, and I'm like, that's a damn good point, man. I would not put it past Disney to have done that and
To
had
be
that
honest, though,
happen.
wasn't Disney talking about shit like that, though? Like, they do have an agenda, not like saying it to try to be negative, but to be more inclusive for the gay community. They were saying that.
That's why.
That and women, period.
That-
with their
that is-
characters and everything else.
That is
Disney
100%.
shows? Sorry,
All right.
sorry. You go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead.
Go ahead, Moto.
I'm sorry.
Moto, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, now is that for Disney as a whole with production and shows, or Star Wars as well?
No,
And-
everything. They've put it out there that they want to be more inclusive for female major roles and for the gay community. So they want to be more inclusive so that everybody can see themselves as a part of these universes. So that's, no matter what you believe, they're trying to be more inclusive for everybody. So I can say, do what you got to do. Just make it natural. Don't make it sound like you're forcing that in there. Go, hey, they're a part of this, universe. This is this character. Just enjoy and appreciate them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. I'm all for whoever wants to do whatever.
Right. We got to weigh in with Bull before we go on. Then I got to get caught up with chat because we got some people putting some stuff in there, and I want to make sure I hit on that. Bull, so do you think Disney intentionally had Bo-Katan save Mandalorian in episode 2 twice intentionally on Women's Day? 2023.
No, I do not.
You
Can
want
you
to
guys
tell
hear
us
me
your,
now?
you,
Am I
you
good?
want to tell us your answer when your woman's standing there?
I was just gonna say, wait
See you
till
later, Curtis.
I'm just playing, dude. Go ahead.
No, I did. I had zero clue it was Women's International Day. I had no clue.
I agree.
And
But
Well,
now that you do,
You hit it right on the nose.
now that I do, maybe I don't know if I go back and look at it with that subjective mindset. Maybe
He's
I could be like,
doing
"Oh, look at that!"
light signals.
So,
that's what I'm saying. If you think, well, wait a minute, I didn't realize that, or somebody brings to your attention, you're like, did they do that on purpose? So
Maybe they did. I
Maybe.
didn't know it was Women's Day until you said
I
it.
know
But
she
now that you
saved his
said
ass
it,
a couple of times.
okay,
She
well,
saved
actually,
his ass
until
at
my
least
wife
twice.
said it, okay, but she didn't say it until 7:30. So I have an excuse. It's called stupidity. But now that you said it, it's kind of, yeah, I think so. I think so.
It's
You know-
plausible. It's plausible.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, my opinion on it is, man, I think women are great. I respect women. I don't think they need a special day. I think they should get. I think they get like my woman every day. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about her.
Yeah.
But you know, our society has to have this day for this day, this day for that day, this day for this day, and it's like, do you really need that? Fuck it. Put your woman figures down, bull.
You know what? If we want to look at it from a different perspective, we can say this: that women need a sense of empowerment, even though it's come a long way. It's nice to be recognized because they do a shitload. My wife runs this entire fucking household. Yeah, I work a lot of hours. I build a lot of shit. I do a lot of stuff. But honestly, without my wife, if it was just me and my two boys, okay, that would be something. My wife right now, she's late night at the PTA fighting to get certain things for my kids in their school, right? We aren't doing that. But I mean, women have that where they do a lot of things that kind of seem like they're unrecognized and everything else. So shit, I'll give them 5 women's fucking days. I don't care.
Right. It's not me disrespecting women because
Right,
women,
absolutely, I know.
yeah, women are great. And
Oh yeah, they are, man. My wife's amazing.
shit,
And I will say this: she did save Mando's ass twice.
You and your woman are a dynamo team too.
I like men better.
You do? Oh.
I want a men's day. Give me a
You want Man's Day? I want M3 Day.
Show me the
M3 day.
men. Show me the men buttocks.
We need M3 Day.
The men's.
Yeah.
let me get caught up on chat because I'm fucking behind.
Hey guys, is my internet
There's so
better?
many days.
So far-
a day.
No,
far
way
it is.
better. Way
You see?
better.
All right.
bro.
Yeah.
All right, simmer down now. Let me get caught up in chat. Let's see. We're gonna have to go back a bit. There was,
Mark,
let's
yes.
see. Okay, so Mark Cosplay says and we're talking about kind of when we're talking about Boba Fett. They explain that the trauma he endured in the Sarlacc changed him, and the years with the Tusken Raider. I thought it was cool how they kind of showed some Tusken Raiders. Tusken Raiders still aren't good people. I mean, they're still. I think they tried to make the Tusken Raiders look like decent people too, but unless there's different tribes, if we remember, that was the people that tortured and killed Anakin's mom. You know,
Yeah,
so like,
but if it is that space western and when you say tribes, that could be Comanches, Apaches, Yavapais, all different
gonna
in
say.
nature. You know,
it would be kind of nice if you get clarification on that. Are they trying to turn somebody else? But I think you're right. I think it's the different tribes are because Anakin slaughtered him, and Anakin slaughtered all of them, the men, women,
All
and children.
of them, men, women,
Yep.
children.
And it was like good riddance, because they were evil. So
Right.
I think maybe you're right on with that.
some
And-
Blackhawks, yeah.
But you know what? I think you did hit the nail on the head. I think he did, because he was a different person, right? More robotic, more methodical. Boba Fett was a killer for hire, right? And he still kills. He still does his shit, but it almost seems to me that he lives by a more like a code of honor now. So maybe that did change him, being around that Tuscan child and everything else, right? So, who knows?
Yeah, he might just have a new outlook on life since his ass lived. You know,
Right. Curtis is, for all
point.
y'all that don't know, Curtis is awesome. Shout out to Curtis. He is Star Wars Squawk Box. He says, I agree with Boba Fett. But he is older. He can change. Remember in the old canon, he became friends with Han Solo and trained Jaina Solo, so there was change. You know, some people don't like change though, Curtis. So I mean, it traditionalists are traditionalists, and I don't have no beef with them, man.
Yeah.
But we like what some like, and I don't know. Other than the goofiness of it, there was some good shit in there, but there was some goofy shit. I don't think there's been
Yeah.
much over
sure.
goofy shit with
I
Mando.
saw we saw little hints of ruthlessness from him, but I would like to see more from him, from Boba Fett. You know.
I agree. Especially after taking over Jabba's position. You know what I'm saying? Jabba the Hutt, like his position was fucking ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Like if he were to do the honorable shit at any
not just
point in
Jabba,
time,
every hut.
his kingdom would have fell apart. But because you could count on the fact you were getting thrown into a fucking pit and eaten alive, you know, you didn't fuck with him, right? Right? So I mean that's my take on it.
Yeah. Curtis says he was in the pit for a short time. He was with the Tusken Raiders for 3 years, etc.
Hey, anytime a man can ride a Rancor, he's
Oh
badass.
my lord! So I will say Rancor's badass.
Yeah, if you can ride a Rancor, you're good.
So we're talking about early. We're
I didn't
talking
even know you
about.
could.
Let
I
me
didn't
say
either.
that
Had zero clue.
we're talking about early part of Mandalorian. What's going on because we couldn't get together for the first part or the first episode, but those spider droids. I'm pretty sure they're spider droids in Boba Fett, the ones with the big force fields. I think they're spider droids.
Scorpion.
Scorpionic. They're Scorpionic droids. Okay. So I was talking to Marcos about this. I'm like, wait a minute. These force fields around these Scorpionic droids are so effective that the Darksaber can't penetrate them. Right? And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, if these were so powerful, why wouldn't they retrofit troopers and soldiers and people with this technology? I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. You're just going to do these big droids, but not. And I'm like, how can these things be that invincible? And then you go and see that impact is what can shake that field, because when the Rancor throws it, you can see it glitches, and he's able to defeat it that way.
May I take that one?
Yeah.
So the maybe the energy that it creates to produce that force field needs to be on a unit that has a battery power or a fuel source that could sustain such a energy field. Whereas a trooper would have to have like a trailer walking behind him so big that it have to manifest its energy to have that much to produce a field that something can't penetrate it. So the Scorpion spider is about 20 feet tall, 30 feet in diameter. So it's got a energy fuel that can sustain that energy. But
And if you notice, it seems like those shields will only work when it's stationary.
I thought they worked when they were moving.
I need to go back and watch the episode again.
Yeah.
Well,
Now that you guys
also,
are
if you
talking
look at the
about it.
Rancor, I mean, that thing is
Oh, bro.
it's a fucking titan. It's so powerful. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like that they gave a little backstory on the Rancor too. Like everything kind of got a personality that you didn't get to see before, right?
Yeah.
So I think, for all the flaws and everything else, I think that the dynamic has a lot of appeal, and I'm looking forward to seeing that develop as time goes on.
You know what? Anything's better than what we had. And I don't mean to offend anyone that liked those, but Everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? The last 3 Star Wars movies. Anything's better than that. Even though there was great parts in that I enjoyed. So when you look at The Mandalorian, when you look at Boba Fett, it's night and day from what those were, you know. So I think I appreciate it for that, because it kind of goes back to the OG Star Wars. It looks like that. It feels like that. I'm transformed back to that time period, if that makes sense.
Yeah, a Straight Blue One says Book of Boba Fett 4 out of 10. It wasn't good. I don't have a problem with anybody who's voiced their opinion whether they like something or not, because they've been
Right.
respectful about it. So
Absolutely.
you know,
I know a lot of my buddies who hated it. I loved it. I love anything that gives me a different aspect in that world.
Rob 78, what's up?
Rob 78, I'm hitting this for you, bro.
What's up, Rob?
I'm taking a sip.
Kid with the Kung Fu grenade.
What's up, dude?
Do you do Star
Oh.
Wars? Do you do Star Wars, kid? Or are you just gonna fucking tell me you only do G.I. Joes, no Star Wars? Big M, what's up, bro? Good to see
What's
you,
up, Big
man.
M?
A kid gets disgusted by anything but G.I. Joe. This, like, he'll spit on it.
Yo yo.
Anything disgusted other than G.I. Joe dolls?
Sorry, Pat called me out for playing with some toys. So I had to put 'em
I'm
away.
just kidding, kid. I'm
I'm
just kidding.
fired, motherfucker.
It's like, who's rattling around that fucking box? Not me. Put it away.
Oh shit! Let me get a beer, but I want to start off by talking about the beginning of episode 2 when they start off on Tatooine with the Bunta, I always forget that. Hold on a second.
Beast.
Where are you?
You got it. You got it. The week, ain't it?
Where is it? Damn it! This is live TV,
He
so
started
fuck it.
saying punta. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Bunta,
Yeah.
Bunta Eve. I
Yeah,
always fucking
Bunta
forget
Eve.
that.
There it is.
So we're gonna talk about that. What do you guys think about the Bunta Eve pod race at the beginning? It's also the same race we see in the Phantom Menace when you see Anakin racing Sabuba and shit. You know what I mean? Go ahead. I love that scene. I love the racing shit. Go ahead, Marcos.
I do like it a lot.
So Boba's that little thing with the nose. He looks like he's from a Muppets. Gonzo. He looks like Gonzo, right?
Yeah,
That's
he's
Boba.
got only
Yeah,
his-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
What are you
thought
talking about?
that first Star Wars was the best of the 3 that came out after the first 3 that we know of because of the pod racers. And so Pac's gonna allude to it, I know, but his motherfucking shit, dude, I love that fucking thing, and I can't wait for them to attempt a HasLab with it. But as far as I didn't put 2 and 2 together, Pac, when season 3, episode 2 opens up and there's a little coliseum and the racers come in. I just figured it was kids fucking around on their little carts and they were just going through the streets. I didn't know it was a pod race happening. Interesting.
I didn't either.
I-
If it
I
was a
didn't-
pod race, we needed more of it.
or maybe they're
Just
gonna. Maybe
Yeah.
they're gonna. Oh, you're muted, Jack.
Mike,
Were you talking about the N1 Starfighter or the pod racers?
pod racers.
Pod racers, yeah.
Gotcha. Dude, pod racers are the shit. I want to know how fast
I
they're
loved
going.
it.
Go ahead, Gushin.
I loved it. I think that's one of my favorite aspects so far of that episode. Because I really liked that of like Marcos was saying, of all the episodes prior, of the new episodes that came out after the original 3. I think that one for me was like the best one. And that was one of the reasons why. It kind of showed Anakin's not only his reflexes and ability, which was like awesome at that point as a young boy, but also his brain pan. Like he was super fucking smart. And on top of that, he could do this like ability that people said you needed extra ordinary reflexes and everything else that humans didn't possess. So I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
Agree.
The when Nando's cruising in the fucking desert on those fucking speed bikes and shit, those I want because he's cruising at least 150. Whoa, on the dunes.
No, the pod racers are way faster.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying,
Super fast.
if those do 150, those pod racers do 520.
Yeah, there's no way a stormtrooper could ride a pod racer. No way.
Yeah,
No, they
Storm-
can't even. I know they can't even.
Stormtroopers can't do shit, bro.
There's no way.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh my. You know that, bro.
I know.
Stormtrooper's dumb than a motherfucker, bro.
Well,
Go
those
ahead.
are
I hate
the,
it
those are
too.
the back alley stupid fucks that they pick off
Yeah.
the street. Say, you're fodder. You're fodder. We don't care if you die. Send these guys in first.
They make good toys, though.
I mean, I'm sorry. Anyone who's a fan
I like
of the Stormtroopers,
I like
they look
Stormtroopers.
cool as shit. But you put that uniform on, you're a fucking dead man.
So is everybody all spoken on the beginning of the second episode?
Yeah.
just when he landed at the spaceport there with the mechanic,
Yeah.
and she was talking about the ship and the condition it was in, and he says the thing is still too fast for him.
Yes.
How great is her character? I was thinking about her like when I watched the episode. I would enjoy a spin-off of her and everybody that comes to her looking for something or getting their ship fixed. That
That's
would be a
cool.
really cool spin-off.
That's
Well,
cool.
I can only speak for myself, but I swear to God, we all have that lady in our family somewhere.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I want to see an episode of her dating a Jawa.
Yeah.
Oh, Tika, huh?
Taking the hair out of her teeth, that's nasty. I gotta check this comment, guys.
You got that right?
Yeah. Mark
Yeah.
Cosplay says, no, here's a good point too. No humans can't race a pod racer. Only human to race a pod is Anakin.
He's correct.
Anakin,
Yeah.
and he was like, what, 10?
And Qui-Gon knew that too. He knew
Was
it.
he like 10 years old when he was racing
called
those
him
fucking
out.
pods? Yeah.
Hey, give me a bottle of tequila. I'll fucking drive that motherfucker.
Dude, you know what was so cool about those two? When they would pass by and you hear them go, no, 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 no.
Oh,
know what
the
I'm saying?
sound, it was amazing in the pod.
Oh my God, man. Speed, though. Speed.
I
bro.
hated that dude that was racing against him, that his arch nemesis.
Yeah, dude,
It's a Boba.
Boba's engine, dude.
He's like,
Stand him.
Yeah, dude.
oh my God.
Hey, that's why we like fucking Mando's new ship so much, because it looks like a gosh dang pod racer.
You know what it
That-
does? Like a
Dude
pod.
said
That
it's
bring-
too
that
fast
brings-
for him, bro.
That brings me to this. Check this out. So this is the Naboo N1 Starfighter, and if you can maybe pause it later or take a screenshot of it. That's all the specs on this thing, dude. That thing is badass. And anybody knows we have another episode 1 reference because this was Padme Amidala's Starfighter. They specifically made it for her.
Huh.
Yeah. That's what it looked like before Mando got it. It was yellow and silver. And I want a fucking HasLab of that real
That
bad,
was
bro.
Anakin's. Was that not Anakin's?
No, that was Padme's. Padme had that one, and then like in the second one, she had the one that was all chrome.
Yeah, more regal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you even listen to I need to start remember her name. It's freaking Paley Motto. I don't know, but the Rhea Perlman looking woman, she talks about, she's like, this was the Republic. I do believe the Republic made it for I don't think she was queen at the time. I think princess, but they might say queen, but they were talking about Padme.
I think she said princess. Absolutely.
I think
And
so.
she
Yeah,
was
I never caught that. What episode was that?
that was when they're building. That was when she takes the cover off and
I
shows
never heard her say that. That's good information. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Can I be honest real quick? When they first showed
Oh, hold
her-
on. Hold on a
Yeah.
second.
Yes.
Honest. Go ahead.
When they first debuted it, and it was all dusty and had all shit in it, they were talking about other ships. In my mind, I wanted him to get another crest. And if it wasn't a crest, something similar to a crest, because his job, how's he going to carry the fucking carbonite motherfuckers in there, you know?
Yeah.
He can only carry a certain payload, which is only on his fucking Grogu and
That's
shit,
true.
you know?
But that's
So-
not a quest anymore.
So I think he's going to get another car eventually. Like this is just getting him around because he needed something, you know. So I think they did really good with that. And then I saw it and I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
and that hyper jump, it can jump to hyper speed. Like
yeah,
that. Bam! Oh, don't worry about this.
Yeah, bro. Imagine
No,
that
no Chewie needed. No Chewie needed.
going
Those cops
backwards,
ain't even
but
gonna mess
imagine
with
that.
them.
Imagine that sand hitting your face at that speed. You know.
Oh, dude.
But
I love that. I fucking love that. Love it. And I like the crest a lot, but it was kind of
Oh, I like the crest too.
bulky. You know, it was a bigger girl. This one's fun.
dude, the crest was badass. But
Do
fuck
any
that.
of you Star Wars fans recognize who else was in Carbonite? Speaking of that, Skycrest, who he
Ooh,
already
yeah.
had captured.
And did they get blown up when it got blown up, or were they already out? The payload already fucking paid and shit.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't notice either.
I didn't notice who they were either, bro.
So that fish guy is gone, right?
Shut up, boy. What fish guy?
The blue guy in the bar in the beginning.
Mm.
He's badass with that dark saber, though. You have to say she's badass with that dark saber.
Oh, that's how you know, bro. She's
Yeah.
destined.
Hold
Yeah, that's
on.
hers.
There's
That's
your
hers.
Woman's Day for you.
Oh,
That
yeah.
proved that she is destined for that thing.
Hold on. I got.
She looked like fucking Luke Skywalker with that thing. I might be going a little too far, but
I noticed that real quick.
Okay, so this brings me to a point I wanted to talk about. It said that Din Djarin is at odds with himself, and is what? Wait a minute. Okay, it said that Din Djarin is at odds with himself, which is why he couldn't properly yield the Darksaber. In Episode 2, we see Bo-Katan wielding the Darksaber with precision and ease. Why is
amazing.
this? Wait, why is this? Because Bo-Katan seems to be at odds with herself as well. Will we not agree? She's all fucked up. Like, leave me alone. Everybody's
Yeah,
gone.
but-
We'll fucking sit here. Like you said, Marcos, get up and do something. Fight, right?
Well, she didn't get the dark saber, so they left her ass, dude. They went out on their own.
If he can't wield it because he's at odds with himself, and that's said, why can she?
Because maybe she's more.
She's used it more. I mean,
It's
it's like
important.
anything that you do, right?
Well, she
I
also
didn't
grew
even
up in
think
that
about
that
I heard you,
like,
Marcos.
mentality. She also grew up in that mentality, right? Like she thought that she was bred for leadership.
Oh, she
maybe-
was.
Right.
so maybe she doesn't doubt that. Maybe she doubts
Yeah.
why she's a leader. Go ahead, Marcos. I'm sorry.
No, because
I got something great right quick, Marcos, really fast. If you think about the way Thor
No, say it.
thought
I
about
wanna
his
hear you.
hammer,
I can't hear you.
you can't hear me? If you think about the way Thor loved his hammer and thought about his hammer, that's the way she feels about that.
I'm just gonna play devil's advocate.
Mandalorian, he only uses it when he needs it as a weapon. He doesn't feel for that thing like she did or like Thor does for his hammer. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That's why there's a difference between the way they wield it and use it. Because it's not one with him. He doesn't care about it. He's like, oh, I just need to use this because it's a weapon right now.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
No, but after if he's at odds with himself because he needs to bathe in the freaking waters, right? Is that why he's at odds with himself, or is he at odds with himself because remember in the early part of the show he keeps flashing back to when he was a kid, right? And he
Yeah,
lost
but
his
he's never really wielded that thing correctly anyway.
But
Never.
like Mandalorians,
You know.
they raised him by a specific code, who he was raised, and he really adhered to that code, right? And when Grogu came into his life, a lot of that code changed. You know what I'm saying? He's changed as a person.
It was that season 1 where he snapped and when he changed and he realized what they were going to do with the child.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that, and he's evolved even much further from that. Whereas
Definitely.
he grew up not loving, not doing a lot. He did his job,
I think
What
it's
he
the
was kinda
emotional
like raised
aspect,
for,
like you just said.
and now I see him as more of like a human being.
Well, he never
before was
really-
like
I don't
quiet,
know too much about his
doing his
past
job,
besides what they
kill,
showed.
bring him in.
but-
That's it.
I was gonna say that's a good question, Bull, because we know he's a bounty hunter, right? We know Mandalorian was blown up to the point it became a giant crystal. What was he before? Because it seems like planet got destroyed, and now his side hustle is a bounty hunter. Anybody have any knowledge what that would be? Was he in the service?
Yeah.
What's
We
your
don't
question?
know.
What's
I
your
mean, we
question
just know
again?
his parents got killed. He,
Yeah.
they
He was a child.
they took him in as a
Was he?
Mandalorian
Yeah,
kid.
when,
so-
when they found him,
He was a foundling.
There,
He
that's,
was a
that's
nothing.
right.
Yeah, he was a
That's right.
foundling. That's correct.
10 years old. 10 years old and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was,
I
he was a
mean-
little kid.
So
May-
before
maybe-
that, he's
At the
from
time of the
Mandalore,
attack, yeah.
But he's from Mandalore, correct? He's Mandalorian.
Caldorian or something like that.
Oh, one of the moons of Mandalore, huh? Because
Yes,
he
sir.
actually said he said he actually just said that. That's cool. Hey,
I
you know
mean,
what?
for all we know, he probably turned off all of his emotions because his parents got killed. And he was all about what he needed to do physically, right? And then all of a sudden he found this little
I think
Grogu,
that's
baby
another
Yoda
one of
looking
this.
thing. And
One
he's
of
like,
the
damn, what is
aspects of
this?
the
I kind of
series that
care
I
for
love
this.
so much.
When
is
he-
there's-
Hold
When
on,
he
Dustin.
saw that he had something.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
can't hear. Go ahead, Moto.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Moto.
Oh no, I was just answering Bull when I said it seems like he changed when he noticed that the kid had something. You know, when he did this. You know, and it intrigued him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Gustin. You guys were talking over yourself. I couldn't tell who was saying what.
No, I was just going to say that I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, let me say real quick that Disney did pretty good with allowing a father figure to show. He didn't be like, fuck. It was a nice story that a man got to fucking have a baby involved, and the baby ended up loving him and coming to him and staying with him instead of fucking the way. I think that was really cool. And now Yoda, per se, my Yoda, is out of the fucking picture, and Grogu has now, for a while, he's been Grogu. He's just separate entity. I couldn't get Yoda out of that in my head. Yoda. But
Yeah.
anyway, now it's fucking Grogu is this little fucking kid growing up and shit. I swear, in 20 years they come up with how he looks as a fucking 30-year-old or 40-year-old or a 630-year-old. You know what I mean? Like fucking.
I
His
think
little fucking-
M3 makes a good point too. You know, with that. Go ahead, M3.
I like the whole aspect of that. Plus, I like the fact that Grogu isn't a baby.
Mhm.
He's like 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, in their race, that's like adolescent, right?
Well, how old was Yoda when he passed?
400.
700?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
think they said it was right under 800. I thought it was like
Yeah.
somewhere between 7
It was
and 8.
like
800.
800 or 900. He was old. He was really old.
Let's take off a 0 and say he was 80.
Yes.
Take off a 0 off of Grogu. That would put him at 5.
Yeah.
See the difference?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, but for Disney, for Disney not to go completely woke, they actually did something pretty in a nice conservative perspective. They let
I
a
think
man
this was
be a fucking
was this
dad.
not the first episode that
Be right
they
back, my
actually
wife's on.
used?
2 minutes. Be right back.
Isn't this episode the first time they used like father and son to reference those two?
From other characters? Yes, sir. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
they did that multiple times today.
Yeah.
I watched it today, so
I want to chime in after Mark goes.
That's Favreau. I love the guy. I love Favreau, man.
Speaking, okay, just let me cut in for a second, Marcos. Just since I knew you'd say Favreau, just since I knew it, let me. Oh, where are
What's the
you?
movie?
Okay, just since I knew you'd say how much you love Favreau, do you have this? Do you have that, Marcos?
There's nothing on the
Is it?
screen.
yeah,
There's
I don't see
nothing showing?
anything.
No.
No, sir.
What the fuck? I want live chat. Do you see an image?
No.
Let's see if live chat does.
We'll have to practice
Sure.
that. We'll have to practice that, bro. Oh,
It
you
should
brought
be.
the
They have a helmeted Bull, do you have the helmet, the one that comes off?
No, this is the hot toy. I do have the. I do have that exclusive. I do. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere.
Okay, so
Yeah.
chat could see what I just showed because Mark Cosplay told me he's seen it.
Let
So
me,
what that was,
let me see.
was a what's his name? Viscosla? I'm a little bit rusty. You guys are gonna have to bear with me.
Viz Posla, something like
Yes,
that.
thank you. That's it. Viscosla. I never pronounce any of the Star Wars fucking names right. They made him Marcos with a removable helmet because you know he's John Favreau, right? Did you know that, Marcos?
No. Oh yes,
His
yes,
boss-
yes.
Yeah, that's his voice.
Yeah.
They made a figure that removes, and it's John Favreau. You can go on Hasbro Pulse and buy it right now for $39.99.
That's sick. I'm gonna look right
Yep, Visla.
Vizla, there you go.
now.
Yeah, I think that was pretty dope, though. I like that. But go ahead. I think we were talking about something before I fucking changed the subject.
Yeah, but it was ready to change. I passed the mic.
Okay. Oh, I got an interesting subject, Tara. So if we're talking about Star Wars, we know that there's a lot of stuff that intertwines. You guys, so that sucks. You guys won't be able to see this, but chat will. Just a second. Let me bring it up. Like I said, I'm rusty. I'll
Put
get
up,
better.
Dan. Put up diamonds, Mark.
Okay.
Pop.
So, did y'all know that Saltine Duchess is Bo-Katan's sister? We see her in the Clone Wars cartoon series. I've seen her in that because I've watched a lot of that series. Her and Obi-Wan had a thing. Obi-Wan admitted that he would have left the Jedi Order if she asked him to. So people on the stream can see that. But that's Bo-Katan's sister. So, facts. Star Wars is full of facts, dude. Like, I don't care how much of an expert you are. I mean, there's a lot of, I've watched almost my whole life. You're never gonna know it all, man.
Bro, it's a giant. It's the biggest spider web in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I knew from the beginning when I first had fun buying shit, but that I was not going to touch Star Wars because it is. And my wife's like, thank you, because she looks at like Star Wars as like she doesn't like space. She don't like fucking time movies. She don't like anything with that kind of like robots and shit. She's just like, I'm good. Have fun. I'm glad you like it, but I don't like it. But she doesn't ever say anything like pressing it. It's just like, I know, forever I've known she just doesn't like it.
Yeah. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter what. Yep. I don't care what fucking specialty you have. You don't know everything about anything. You can be master of anything and you still gonna be learning shit. So, now this guy over here, they need to rename the Swiss Army knife after this motherfucker, bro. You can do everything, bro. This motherfucker lay a floor. This motherfucker built a garage. He built a fucking semi with his bare hands. This motherfucker here, dude. M3.
I mean,
It.
I was thinking, who's he talking about? It took me a minute.
You, dude. Shit.
I was like, this guy, man. Oh shit.
Oh, that's funny. So Grogu did some. What was it that made? So Jeezy Crazy says rewatching the last Boba ep, Grogu's walking looks way better now. I noticed that too when we were watching it.
Hey, Jeezy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So and there's some cool shit toward the end. I did want to talk about this motherfucker. What's the name of that thing? It's modified crab droid. Y'all won't be able to see it, but Marcos loves this thing. That thing that you love, Marcos, that looks like Frenzy from Transformers. That's called a modified crab droid.
His eye, dude, is fucking hologram, and it's fucking a hologram eye, bro. That toy would be dope. It'd be like mean and wicked, fucking just poking Mondo in his fucking, I'm taking your blood, motherfucker. Yeah.
That's funny because out here in the Southwest, we call those things crab lions, sand lions.
They're
Have
big.
you ever seen those? They got the little holes, and you could take a stick and you could just rub it inside that hole, and you'll see that animal up underneath flick the sand to trap the ant
Oh wow.
to catch it. It's exactly like a sand lion.
Oh fuck! I gotta look that up, man.
Look up sand lion when you get a chance. Thing. These things are a trip. They should be all over the Southwest.
YouTube, huh? YouTube, Sandman.
Yeah. Curtis says he looks like the new Cylon from Battlestar. Never watched Battlestar. One of these days I will. Maybe. I still need to watch shit I haven't seen from decades ago. I'll get to it. I'll get to it when I get to it. We got there.
Now he's laying upside down underneath the dirt in a cone shape. An insect walks into a cone and makes a disturbance, and that son of a bitch jumps up and traps him just like they did Mando.
That was wicked how that thing had like a cage underneath it, and the cage like just completely immobilized him, and then they were fucking sucking his blood out, dude. I was like, I saw him like, that's fucked up, man.
He's done.
So that fucking, I'm gonna call it Frenzy, fucking that trans Frenzy, wherever the fuck he is, because they haven't said. I have not found anywhere where they have named what this fucking thing is. That thing must be partial, so like General Grievous, right?
Something, dude. You know?
General Grievous's backstory, you know that he's modified, right? He was somewhat organic. So
He
this
looked like
thing
General
must be
Grievous.
partially organic as well to need the blood.
Is that Luke? Yes, absolutely, man. I swear. That was fucking sick. That was so sick.
Is that the one without the helmet?
Yeah.
I wish I knew what creature that was, though.
I had
There
to
it
go
is,
find it.
Marcos.
Yeah.
That's the one right there. That's John
Oh
Favreau.
yeah, you have him. Holy shit, that's crazy. What's up, Favreau?
And here's the other one.
Who is that?
That's Trapper Wolf. Anybody know who Trapper Wolf is?
It's a trap.
Who's
Closer. bro.
Favreau's,
Get closer.
who's
bro.
Favreau's partner?
What up, Curtis?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. No shit, dude. That's cool.
Dave. He said Dave. Is that Dave?
That is Dave.
Dave. Curtis Schultz.
He actually goes by Trapper Wolf in the show.
dude,
they made a
there's a
figure
lot.
of him. So there's actually both of them now.
Jeezy Crazy said Saul Guerrero was also modified too.
So is Fennec Shan. She is also modified.
Okay, so let me talk. Hold on a second. This didn't happen in Mando season 3. I'm gonna fucking talk about this. Fucking somebody can fucking tell me how the fuck this shit fucking works. That's right. I just need a little time to get my legs under me. I'm fucking rolling now, motherfuckers.
Get it?
All right.
Go, let's go.
Motherfucking
get it.
Boba Fett, right? They show what happened and why Fennec Shan is modified, right? He takes her to, I call the fucking Star Wars chop shop, motherfuckers, and they fix her gut up. Her gut's all fucked up, right? And then she's with Boba later, and he's like, "Here, drink this." I'm like, "What the fuck's she gonna do? She has no fucking gut. What's she fucking drinking anything for, bro? How the fuck is that working, bro?"
3 in 1, motherfucker.
She's modified, and all the little sensors and stuff that get taste can fucking send.
No,
out.
there's no need for water. You're not organic and no more. How the fuck are you processing that shit, bro?
She's
Come
just
on
a
now.
social drinker. She's a social drinker. God, come on.
Oh my god.
Maybe I don't know, man. I never even thought of that. Damn.
Mark Cosplay wants to know when the fuck you're gonna do a video on your collection, Bull. I
Oh,
can answer that for you, Mark. Never.
Maybe, Mark, maybe.
Maybe is a fucking very polite way of Bull saying,
Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
You know?
Nima,
Beep, bop, boop.
you
Probably
love,
not.
you love collections. Show us the shit.
I
Mark
did get
said-
this today.
She drinks that blue tequila. We're not talking about toys. Put the fucking shits down, man. God damn
I
it.
love toys. I can't help it.
I know, but there's a time and place. We'll fucking put up toys, man. God damn, bro.
Look at these toys.
I fucking love toys.
Oh man.
How about if I show my dolls? No toys, just dolls.
Holy shit.
Dude, how fucking sick. How sick.
No
Well, wait for Marcos to come back.
Heavy artillery.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so the ending of the
No
episode
head
2 was
talk, though.
pretty fucking sick, man.
That was good, man.
Because we end the episode with Bo-Katan rescuing Din from the living waters as he plummeted
Twice.
to the depths. Now, upon rescuing him on the way to the surface, she comes eye to eye with the mythosaur, who were thought to be extinct. So, the mythosaur. Hold on a second. We're gonna talk about the mythosaur. I'm gonna
Mean
fucking.
motherfucker.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna change my style. Like I said, this is.
She's gonna take that as a sign. I'm telling you,
It's
that was
the
her
ra-
sign right there.
Oh, she was shook, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
So hold on a second.
Shit out of her.
So we get our first glimpse at the mythosaur at the end of episode 2, right? When Din enters the bathing waters. These are ancient beasts that were hunted by Mandalorians. To fight a mythosaur is considered a rite of passage by Mandalorians. It gets even better, bro. Hold on a second.
Single-handedly, one-on-one.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
because that thing looked bigger than a
You're
Rancor.
fucking
I know.
good.
Oh, dude, that thing is huge.
And it looks peaceful. as
And I had
fuck.
zero clue how big it was. I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah, so
That's
check
what she
this
said.
out. So Mandalore the Great tamed the first mythosaur at the chambers of the living waters.
Yep.
Oh,
That's right.
Then the beast became their signet. And their signet would be Motor Viper. Put up your freaking avatar.
It's not doing it.
Hit the camera icon.
Just
Yeah,
turn the
cancel
camera
your
off.
camera.
Yeah, just hit the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
What do you want?
that's their signet, and that's where it comes from. But there's more about some of the with it. But I thought that was pretty fucking dope. So that's got to be the motherfucker he tamed. I could be wrong, right? But I think that's the
First.
motherfucker he tamed.
It's still there, sitting at home.
Yeah. So,
Fuck. I didn't even think of that, man.
right.
If so, that's the thing. That's cool. That you tame them, you don't kill them. Like the Rancors too. I love that. I like those two fucking how to train your dragon fucking stories.
Fuck yeah.
The question is does it breathe water? Does it breathe oxygen? Does it
Water.
does it chill like in the water for a while? Like what's going on with it?
It never comes up for air.
It looked reptilian, bro, so maybe it's like alligator or shit like that. You know what I mean? We're
Okay, right.
we're down for a long time.
We're assuming that.
Is there
True.
a story of it on the land?
There could be some gills, you know what I mean?
Right. But another thing that's cool too, check this out, is Bo-Katan speaks of a time when the Jedi were not the enemy. We've heard that a couple times in this series. A Mandalorian Jedi named Tarvisler rose up wielding the Darksaber, and this is why the Darksaber has become such a precious item. He was the one that stopped the war, the strife between them and the Jedi. So I thought that was pretty cool. Some of this stuff is in novels, trade paperbacks and other literature, not always in movies, TV, or cartoons. So you got to dig this shit out. And I had heard that a long time ago. I just don't remember.
Dig the fucking shit out.
I don't remember which novel they talked about because I'm almost sure it was a book.
Fucking gushing, dude.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted.
Yeah, right.
It definitely makes you want to dive into those novels and everything you can just to get those little nuggets, those little pieces of where it all ties in together.
Right.
I could totally see that.
They're doing phenomenal with the fucking everything's got a heart. Everything's got a fucking a home. They're not leaving anything out too much, except for the droids that like droids. But you figure, But I think it's fucking crazy. Good writing.
I mean,
Good writing.
I
But-
really like what Favreau's doing, and for like the last 15 minutes, it's been knocking in my brain trying to think of the same movie. Because in Bad Batch, again, it's not a single father, but it's a group of guys raising a child, if you will. Mando, we see a guy raising a child, and he did a movie where he was a boxer dating a prostitute who had a child, and at the end of the movie, he takes custody of the child, the little girl. Does that ring a bell to any of you guys?
Uh-oh. I watched Commando the other day, and he's a dad with a daughter, and he's got a fucking saber.
No,
I
I'm
swear-
talking about just Favreau in general, bro.
Oh.
It just seems like that's his style, dude. Respect the shit out of that.
Yes, 100%. Man.
Gosh, if I could think of that movie.
He's hella funny.
But just think, for every freaking thing that we like, there's somebody that doesn't like it, and they're tearing it down.
That's America, baby. That's what we're built on, and that's all right.
That's right.
It's American, baby.
So, M3, did you have any points that you wanted to make?
The scene that I liked the best in the episode 1 was when Grogu had the little Azalians and shit.
Oh,
That was my favorite scene. That whole from Grief Cargo, fucking bending down and repeating what they were saying. Din Djarin just looking back, I got it. That scene right there was perfect, dude. And then you
there's
actually,
no squeezy.
and that's right before they met the whales, right before the fucking hyperdrive where Mando's just sleeping and shit.
Well, we've seen them before, Marcos. The Zalians are fairly new. I'll make sure I say it right. I always make notes because, like I said, camera goes on. And
It's
you can
not
fucking
Azalians.
forget.
It's Azalians.
Azalian and Zalians, but they're fairly newer to the Star Wars universe because we've seen them pop up on Rise of Skywalker, dude. Boba Freak, man. Boba Freak was fucking great, dude. He's in Rise of Skywalker, and he's a Zalian. They were also talked about him in the High Republic book too, Light of the Jedi. So, but they're dope, man. I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then season 2 or episode 2 was the whole thing was great, but my favorite part was the mythosaur, and I was like, "Fuck, dude!" I'm glad you were able to bring up the lore on that because that was literally like you just see that. It was real fast, and I should have went back. Was it 2 eyes side by side or just one single eye?
I got a picture of it. You won't see it, but chat will.
Yeah,
When
okay,
she's
so-
swimming up right here, and look at that. Yeah, you can't see it, but she's fucking jetting up with her jetpack, which I don't know how the fuck work in water.
Oh, I
But
see it down here.
Yeah, I had that note down too. How does that work in water?
yeah, I said that right off the bat. But man, look, that was fucking dope. That was dope.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's Greek mythology wrapped up with fucking all that shit, man.
No, right? No, I get it, bro. Yeah.
That was my favorite part. Yeah, because all the rest was. I'm not a misogynist, I swear, but Women's Day shit, the whole damn movie. No, I'm just playing. I swear. I only brought that up. I love.
Hey, I'm okay with them building that rapport with each other. I think they need each other. They both need someone they can trust and count on.
You
And
think
they're both looking for the same thing, you know?
her character's
They want their
perfect
home
for it.
planet to be prosperous. They want their people to be prosperous again. They both want it. And I think when he was doing when he decided to go into the water and recite what he was saying to become a Mandalorian again, she respected that. You could see that in her eyes, right? She was like, "Damn." It's almost like she liked that about him. She was enjoying watching that. Like she wanted to mimic that and be part of that. Because up until then, she kind of makes fun of him about everything he thinks about, right? But at that point, she didn't.
It makes you wonder what they're going to do with the mythosaur. If it's going to be like a Clash of the Titans as the series, continues. If at one point they're going to use him for something.
I like Bo-Katan's real life person. She fits that character very good. She's
It's a
perfect.
good. It's a good model from the Clone Wars too. You know what I mean?
That's her. Mark Cosplay said that's her voice. Curtis told me that's her voice. Or Prophet told me that's her voice. And she's actually, oh, it's Mark. Yeah, that. She voices the fucking cartoon, and she's actually in the fucking.
Yeah, but even kind of how they drew her. So it's nice when you can see symmetry. Is that the fucking word I'm looking for? You know what I mean? Something's been in tune for them, and now it's real life, and it kind of resembles each other. It's not real fucking. Okay, example: Cad motherfucking Bane in Clone Wars, right? They did a fucking phenomenal job on how Cad Bane looked in real life on a real show. You know what I mean? I was like, fucking good job on that, man.
Who's the voice of Cat Bane?
Oh, Burton?
I don't know, but
Somebody
it's
Burton? I can't remember his first name. Starts with a C. What's up, Ralph Bednarski?
Ralph, it's good to see
Hey,
you.
Ralph.
What up, Ralph?
Bull, you'll need to show us a figure every time we say.
It's
every
Cad
time we,
Bane. I
every
gotta
time we
show
say a
it.
figure, he's like, I got it.
He's
I
right
got
here.
I got it.
He's
Thank
right
you, Bill.
beside me. He's right beside me.
Thank you, Bill.
My Mando stuff's right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So continue on with your thoughts. Go ahead, Marcos.
Corey,
Yeah.
well, Ralph Bednarski, the smartest motherfucker on the internet. Corey Burton, he already said. Damn.
We don't do 3 Live trivia anymore because of Ralph Bednarski. Peace, bro. Peace.
Fucking hey, dude.
Straight up.
He makes every one of us look like a bunch of dumbasses, bro. Like he's like,
Gosh, dang.
got
dude.
it, got it. He's the smartest motherfucker. He's got the quickest connections in the world.
As he's painting, and he's like,
Oh shit!
dumbasses.
Right.
Fuck yeah, Ralph. Fuck
Yeah, you can see it. You can see his name in the credits. But if you've watched Clone Wars, you knew it was. He does a very good job on Cad Bane, man. You just knew it when you heard it. You're like, if he'd have been anybody else, you've been like, this is not right. So
Wait, how did he sound similar to Cad Bane in the cartoon?
same guy voiced him in the cartoon as did in
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Love that character, bro.
That is nuts that you just said that, dude. So how many others did they grab from the fucking cartoon? That's when they changed Iron Man, motherfucker. I was like, dude, why did they change fucking? Why do they change characters, right? And for the cartoon to go into live, that's badass. Sorry for getting excited. That's perfect. I mean, I have a boner right now.
Oh, Marcos.
You have
So
an eggplant.
I
forgot, we were-
it's pretty.
talking about awesome fucking parts. I'm gonna put something up. So I got something showing on the screen. Badass dogfight scenes in Star Wars are awesome with the starfighters and shit.
Okay.
So if you remember Revenge of the Sith, it starts out with a fucking kick-ass starfighting scene. So in episode 1, he's Mando's getting chased by the pirates, and we were talking about that ship, Marcos. This supposedly is supposed to be the ship. I can't read because my shit's in the. I don't know if that got shit in the way, but I think this is the one. Can you see it down there below?
Yes. It's still the Mythosaur. Mark, a little face to face. A little face to face. Do you?
Here it is.
Yeah. I haven't done, but I can't read because I got all this fucking telemetry up top that's blocking it off. But Marcos had made a comment. He's like, man, it kind of reminds me of a snow speeder from Return of the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, don't. So after I talked to you, I went and I was watching. I paused. I'm like, the front of it fucking does. So yeah, you saw that shit real fast.
It's like that motherfucking.
Yeah.
Does it? Show it, bull.
Well, I can't now. I have to rewind it. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had the. Yeah, my eyes are fucking.
I
That
did.
one.
Hold on. It's right here.
Oh, that part, but not the spade. I didn't see the spade when. If the spade wasn't there, it would look similar to the ones on Hoth, where they're fucking rapping that AT.
Well, if you watch him right before he gets freaking aced, when freaking Mando goes around there and decoys his ass right before you see the front of it, and it does there in the show, but it kind of doesn't there. So, but that's one thing I fucking notice all the time. I love the fucking fighter jets, or the starfighters, bro. Love them.
Absolutely, dude. The TIE fighters, the TIE fighter that
Oh.
fucking Moff Gideon fucking drives, dude. That fucker's sick, dude. When he fucking arrived, bro, I was like, yes.
Hey, you guys want to see the toy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bull, god damn it, bro.
Do you have it, Bull?
Yeah, I have the.
It's right above his head.
There's some bitch. The cannon on the bottom of it. Is
That's Black
massive.
Series.
No, that one right there, not the big one. That one, yeah. Okay,
Oh.
yeah. Hey, and they
Yeah, there it
fold.
is. Check it out.
Oh, that's perfect. It has a reflection of the computer. It had it lit up, bro. That was sick. Oh yeah, that's my TIE fighter. Darth Vader's. I'll take Darth Vader's as well. And I want the I'd fly that white the Tritium hangar.
That's the Emperor's, the one that folds up.
The Tritium.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not one you're talking about.
Yeah. They fold up big and then they
Yeah,
come. Yeah.
I think that's the Emperor's.
All the crimson fucking. They're all. In that.
Dude, you want to know what I thought was the baddest thing? So when The Force Awakens came out, they had that fight scene, right? When she was in the Millennium Falcon, and it showed in view cockpit of a TIE fighter pilot. I was like, that's fucking awesome. They never had a shot like that, dude. I was like, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
But man, they can kill it when they want. It was a big letdown on Obi-Wan Kenobi, the visuals and low budget they put in that, man. I was very unhappy with that because Obi-Wan Kenobi's like, he's like my second or third favorite fucking character in Star Wars. Oh my god.
They
Do I want
wanted
to ask that question? I'm going to ask that
Obi-Wan.
question. I'm going to ask that question at the end of the show to everybody. And we'll start with Gushing. Who's your favorite Star Wars character in the entire motherfucking universe?
Well, that one's hard because I really like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love Luke Skywalker, obviously. But I would have to say Anakin, Darth Vader. He was
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
he was always always my favorite because you could see the turmoil, you could see the good and evil in him, and you could see that he really wasn't an evil character. He is just he let his emotions take over rather than being a Jedi and being, at peace with yourself and serene, and neutral, and whatever else. So I'd say Darth Vader.
Bull.
I have two different ones. If you go with who I like the most as far as films or TV shows, movies, etc., it's going to have to be Luke Skywalker.
I would say character. The question is character and done this character in the whole.
It's going to have to be Luke Skywalker. I mean, as far as collecting, it's Boba Fett, but as far as the character, it's got to be Luke Skywalker. I saw Return of the Jedi in the theaters as a kid, and I would never forget the feeling I felt as far as how I wanted to be a Jedi and how I wanted to do that, how I wanted to
The
wield
character
a
I would like to
lightsaber.
get a lot more backstory on
Oh,
would be Chewbacca's race. I would like to see a lot more of them.
Go ahead, Bull.
So I think Luke Skywalker, and I really hate what they did with Luke Skywalker in the
Oh
in
my
the
God,
newer
the new
films.
movies?
And-
You talking about the new movies?
oh yeah, hated what they did, and I know everybody did, but
Bro, they
it really
took a shit.
bothered me because Luke Skywalker in the Return of the Jedi was equivalent to like Superman at that time as a kid, right? It was Luke fucking Skywalker, and to see him as an adult and him as an older adult, and just weird and weak, and just the way they wrote him, it was very disappointing. But another story, another time.
Okay, so with you saying Luke Skywalker before we go to Moto, you're very correct in something. Do you think they're doing Luke Skywalker justice and extending. So to you, he was like Superman, right? Do you think they're doing him justice the way they're treating him in The Mandalorian? And in Boba, he was.
Oh, it was perfect. Yeah,
That's what you
yeah, that was
envisioned him.
perfect, man. When he showed up, and I was like, that's it. That's my Luke Skywalker. That's the guy in here. After I watched the Return of the Jedi, that's the lore that I built. That's the master that I saw, right? And we never really get to see that side of Luke Skywalker
No.
until then.
Do you know?
You know?
So there's a whole section of when it comes to Star Wars. There's parts that we can get so much shit on. They have an endless cash cow, but it's enjoyable, right? So many fucking stories. We need all the stories when Darth Vader was running shit, right?
Yep.
All that time he was fucking running shit, bro. We need those too. So just like you said, yeah, this is great that we're getting some of that loot for sure. I definitely agree. But it's so cool how they're able to do that now. Go ahead, Moto. Your favorite character, not necessarily toy, but character in Star Wars.
Yes, sir. Darth Vader, hands down. Couldn't agree more with Gushing.
Okay, the question, Moto, to you and Gushing. Exclusively Darth Vader or Anakin?
Yeah, they're two different characters.
I think they're
really.
one and the same for me.
But that's what I want to hear, Bull. Let's hear it. Hold on. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead, Gushing.
I think they're one and the same for me because they're both the same. They're just a different side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? He was always Anakin. He was always powerful and passionate. You could see it from the beginning. He was very passionate, very straightforward, loving, caring, everything else. Over emotional with his mother, his life, and everything else, right? I knew from that moment before they really even, if I wasn't even a Star Wars fan, seeing the other three that we grew up on, I could see him turning into a villain, not because he's evil, but because what fuels a Sith? Emotion, hate, correct? Love is the reason why the Jedi are like, hey, let's displace this, let's take it, let's remove it from the equation, right? And he was powerful. He had a desire to do good, but his emotion overtook him, so he became Darth Vader. I think he was a very diverse character. I loved him.
Go ahead, Moto. Continue on. But that's what I'm saying. When you choose this character, that some people are like, fuck Anakin. I like Vader, but fuck Anakin. Go ahead, Moto.
No, it's agreed again. Gushing, you took the words from my mouth, brother. I mean, the kid loved his mama. And then he left, and he felt it. Everybody felt it, that it was the right thing to do. He fell in love with another girl. And then everything that the Emperor did to twist his mind, and it was all based on love in his mind, that drove him to his madness.
Yeah,
It's just
emotions.
it's a sad story, but at the time, at the end of the time, it redeems itself.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy went through a lot of shit, fellas. He went through a lot of shit, and then at the end, totally redeemed himself. So, to me, that's the one story that I picked up on from the time I was 5 till now to this day.
And his story is an amazing story.
And the thing is, too, like you hear a lot of people that don't like prequels, and they will say that Anakin is a fucking whining little child, bitch, whatever. But he did go through a lot of shit, and he did have a motherfucking puppet working his strings.
Absolutely.
But that puppet was one of the all-time best and biggest villains in fictional history, in my views.
He was the greatest Sith.
Oh, agreed.
One of the greatest Sith of all time.
We're going to talk about that sometime. We're talking about a lot of shit that we would talk about, but bro, he showed his fucking face again. I think he is the ultimate and living embodiment of the dark side, and I don't think you can kill him. But, so continue with Motor Viper. When you're done, we'll continue on.
No, you can continue. To me, it's Darth Vader. It's just, to me, it's the deepest character. I remember being 5 years old, watching it in the theater. Fell in love with that character the minute he came in through that ship. Really enjoyed it. Drop the mic.
Before M3 goes, Mark Cosplay says my favorite is Anakin / Vader, Boba Fett, and we're not talking about toys, bro. So, haha, got you, bro. What's up, Mark? Juicy, Juicy Crazy says I liked both, but Anakin had more of a range. Vader is the best, but he's just a god we can't relate to but appreciate. We need fucking Darth Vader stories during that
Yes.
time, bro.
You know-
Go ahead, M3. Your
We do.
favorite Star Wars character, if you can't narrow it down to one, characters.
Here's the thing. I really wanted a Darth Vader to be in my personal fucking number one. Because damn, he's fucking cool and badass. But guess what he did? He became fucking good. Gosh dang, if I have to slap another motherfucker in the face, I'll do it. Stop this shit, man. You're fucking there for a reason. You fucking go with the fucking Emperor. You take that dark and fucking flourish and
Oh,
not
Can I-
okay, so he's
can I,
done.
can I reverb from that just
Yeah,
before you continue on?
Yeah.
You said he was there with the Emperor. Bro, he was not. If Darth Vader was the ultimate evil guy, he's originally good. The evil part wasn't really him. If he was there with the Emperor, he wouldn't have been pulling the strings. He'd have been the man. He was letting the Emperor pull his strings, so he was never,
Yeah.
Okay.
never the one, bro. And you always talk about how the bad guy goes good and you hate that. You're the nicest motherfucker there is, bro. Go
Nicest
ahead.
motherfucker.
Don't be listening to this motherfucker.
This guy, he's the nicest motherfucker there is, bro.
Hey,
Look.
Marcos, if you were here right now, I'd give you a hug and you would enjoy it.
Oh, he would, dude.
I'm
Like
just
this.
saying. I'd give you a hug
here.
and you'd be like, "This is nice."
Marcos,
And
come
then
here.
I'd give you a drink. I'd wine you and dine you first. But I'm just saying.
Hey,
I
Fucking,
had to.
okay,
Had
so
to.
going back to so fuck Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine.
fuck Darth Vader.
Emperor
I'm starting to
Palpatine
talk
could have
about
been cool.
polyps now. Go ahead.
Simmer down.
Emperor Palpatine could have been cool. He's gotta have the notion. I don't know. Okay, so it would have been Palpatine, but the best one I thought was fucking
Snoke.
said this line, and Mark Cosplay, easy crazy because I could see you here, and Ralph Bednarski. You can type this answer, just the name of who said this. Ready, set, go. Never tell me the odds.
Oh, dude.
Ralph, Ralph,
Where are you?
Han
where are
Solo.
you?
Oh, the YouTube internet is lagging.
There it is. There it
Mark
is.
got it. Mark got it. Han Solo.
Whoa, shit. That came up hella weird because it went.
Yeah, it did. They're
Han
both
Solo.
like,
Han,
no.
Han's your favorite?
So check this out. No, hold on. I have the actual seconds here. All right. Mark Cosplay says Han Solo 7 seconds ago. Ralph says 5 seconds ago. And then Jeezy says 3 seconds ago. So it was 2 seconds between each comment that they answered.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great. Man, chat, good job, guys. Good job, bro. Look at you, Marcos. My favorite character in the fucking whole entire Star Wars universe, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If I want to, I'll do what I want. I'll listen what I want. I'll like what I want. R2D2's the motherfucking man, bro.
I like
R2D2's in every motherfucking thing. He's the fucking shit.
He
He's
is
survived
Star Wars.
everything.
True story.
Guys,
Yeah.
would say beep boop
Yeah,
beep. Who
I
said
swear, R2, he went in, and I thought exactly that. He is a little motherfucker that doesn't. He just has loyalty, and he gets pretty fucking lucky, as if he is a Jedi, and can kind of like he's got his own fate line. His line's never gonna be cut. He's gonna fucking go for a long time.
Right. Like he knows what to do, even though somebody will say, "Hey, do this." Something will
Yeah.
happen, and he knows what to do, and he always saves that scene, dude.
It's
When,
like
when are we getting R2? It'll probably be a cartoon, but it wouldn't surprise me if we had some kind of show that's centered around him. dude, fucking.
Unfortunately, it would be shit. I'm sorry. Only because they would overemphasize a lot. Too much. His actions were all based on two things, like dedication to and reaction to his master, which was Luke.
And
If you
Darth
look
Vader.
at it, everything he did for Luke.
Bro, he has seen all the generation. Well, that we've been
too.
subject to. Now there's an Old Republic, right? Okay.
Luke.
He's was what Padme's droid from the start. We've seen him. What's the latest we've seen him? He was with Luke in the last movies. He had to be in the very last one after Luke was dead. So it's been a while since I seen the last one. That last one was a fucking clam bake. The fucking eighth one was a real clam bake. That fucking shit was fucked up, man. But I need to go back and just watch him and get some more meat and potatoes and stories out of it. But it was hard watching fucking
think-
Luke Skywalker drink motherfucking goat's milk or some kind of fucking milk and be like a real pervert. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You got fucking assholes, man. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to even go into it on that one, but
Jeez.
Luke had the power to do so much more,
Yes.
So
Uh,
good, good choice. R2D2 is definitely a top tier. Nobody could throw R2D2 under the bus except for Gushing here. But
Yeah, fuck gushing.
beep boop beep boop beep boop beep.
No, he just said it wouldn't make a good TV show.
R2D2's
Like,
Oh, it could. It could. You don't know that, man.
You mean
he
he's
didn't
fucking-
say he was a bad
He
character.
pilots ships. He keeps your ass from getting squashed by fucking dirty trash compactors. Fuck yeah.
okay, so would you accept this? Would you accept that one day in that little series, R2D2 fucking takes a bullet, fucking dies, but they're able to fucking retract his memory and put it into something that he suggested before he died, what he would like to be into, and it was a humanoid figure, but he wanted it like not painted, but it's Android, so it can be painted in his colors, white, blue, red, this, that, but he could talk like Vision and shit. So that would you accept that?
You just gave Disney a fucking idea right there,
No
buddy.
shit. I was totally picturing Vision too when you were saying that.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
I got a statement
That's
for
crazy, bro.
that. It'll never happen. It'll never
Yeah.
happen. No,
Ralph's
don't do it.
talking
That's
about
not,
R5.
No,
no,
you're never gonna get it.
no, don't do that.
Never gonna get it. No, you're never.
Ralph says, R5 is the orange/red and white droid from A New Hope and The Mandalorian. Yeah, we were talking about him earlier, bro, for sure. There's actually, if I can dig it up, there's actually media. It's I'm going to get right before I fucking say it, but seeing how we're talking about R5, R5 was, here it is. It's a non-canon.
R2D2.
Okay, it's a non-canon comic that shows R5 being a force-sensitive droid. He broke on purpose to make sure R2 went with Luke in A New Hope. It's a non-canon comic, but it does exist. So
What?
I heard R2 fried him so that way he can make sure he went with Luke.
that's a non-canon. It's non-canon. It means
Oh,
this
I see.
comic that they did is not official, but it does
Is
exist.
that because R5 was scared, like he was in the Mando?
Oh, he was. Oh, no. This comic says that he's force sensitive. The comic
So
camp
he
that
knew
shows
the
R5
future.
being a force sensitive droid. He broke on purpose because he knew how important R2D2 was going to be for Luke Skywalker. So
Force
let me put it there so nobody fucking corrects me, and I don't get fucking corrected on other shows. Non-canon comic. I am not a fucking thesaurus. I just talk about some shit and look it up. So
Do you say Mythosaurus? Mythosaurus?
thesaurus.
Mythosaur? Mythosaur.
Thesaurus. Yeah.
He's in a mythosaurus.
You're never gonna get it.
All right. So 1 hour, 44 minutes. We're gonna get the fuck out of here. What else you guys say? You guys finish up whatever you want to say about the show, but we're about done.
I'm good.
Look at my
Johnson.
notes.
Are we saying bye? Hey, everybody in chat, of course. I'm sorry, Pac's going to do this too, but talking about the Mandalorian, I can't wait for the rest to come. I'm glad, and I'm glad. And shout out fucking Curtis Schultz because he's doing this on Sunday. So if you want to go over and fucking check out Curtis Schultz on Sunday, fucking check him out. And I'm going to be there. Profit Director is going to be there for sure.
Run
he
it,
does-
Director.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. And Moto Frank, you're going to be there and shit.
Yep.
We're going to go backstage live, backstage, watch the fucking episode 2, and then fucking go in and have a fucking chat about it on Sunday.
They're gonna be like the Backstreet Boys of fucking Star Wars.
And that's all right.
I think he is saying you're gonna be fucking gay.
Pat,
Hey, there's nothing gay about the Backstreet Boys.
gushing, get on with Curtis this fucking Sunday, dude. It's fucking fun.
Please, bro.
Yes.
No way, Jose.
All right. Well, I might tune
Hey,
in
tell
from- I'm
Curtis
at work.
to recruit his own people, man. Stop fucking stealing my shit,
Yeah.
Marcos. You
There you
bastard.
I'll be at
There
work.
you go.
Don't make
No
me
homos yet.
I might-
don't make me throw
Night shift.
lines right here, you know, motherfucker.
I'm pimping Curtis.
The worst pit man of all time. Because I'm shutting it down, you motherfuckers. Go ahead, Gushin. We gotta
No,
say we're
I-
getting out of here.
I'll tell you what. I think that out of all of the renditions of the Star Wars kind of like canon in the modern era, I think Mandalorian has by far taken the world class #1 above all cup. I think. Period.
Bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
so before I go, I'm going to address some of Mark Cosplay's questions real quick. Talking about fucking what they did with him drinking some kind of weird milk from some nipple or whatever the fuck it was. Pack, that scene was horrible. You're talking about. I saw behind the scenes, and the actor Mark Hamill had to do another scene. He started crying for a while. They had to give him about 20 minutes. Yeah, you know they were fucking destroying this shit. Fuck you. Hey, you know what? I like what you're doing right now, Disney, but you also get a big fuck you too for doing that shit.
No.
That's right. There's no fucking love. You
So
don't get it
bad.
on 3 Live Podcast,
bad.
bro.
I wanted to see the canon where Luke picks up the AT-AT and with his mind and shit and slams it down. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah. Or just crushes
Yeah.
it like this.
I didn't get that shit, so I was
It
very
folds up.
disappointed.
Thanks, bro. It'll take me a little bit to get my legs back, but there were segments where I had my legs back. I felt like myself. This shit ain't fucking easy putting together sometime, man.
It ain't
So-
easy being cheesy.
Let me say thank you. Thank you very much, man. I
I-
really appreciate it.
I am the one
Cheers,
that,
yes.
you know, here's time for me to be gay. I'm the one who's blessed and honored to be able to do shit with you
I'm
guys.
out.
Well, I'll kick you out, motherfucker. I'll kick you out
I'm
right
just
now.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shit. It's a good time though. Good time to be with
You
people. I miss doing this shit, and we'll be doing it when we can. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and make like a baby and head out, sons. We're gonna get the fuck out. Let's see how
Bye,
long
everybody.
this takes.
Catch y'all.
Peace.